Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Manchester United must win the Europa League final. If we don't win the Europa League final, it's a season failure. We do play Villarreal on Wednesday. It's in Gdansk, which is Poland. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first major final as Manchester United manager. And it's our 8th European final. Can Solskjaer win his first trophy as Manchester United manager? We have not won a trophy since 2017. Now, Harry Maguire, it looks like he's going to be missing the final. Solskjaer confirmed not so long ago. Harry Maguire has got ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. He's a big miss because he's one of our first choice centre-halves. He's been consistent in some of his games at Manchester United, but Maguire's also endured poor games as well. We certainly overpaid for him. We got him in a deal worth £80 million from Leicester. He's the second most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. The most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. And he's the second most expensive signing at the club behind Paul Pogba. Anthony Martial, he's out as well. He's been out with an knee injury for a while. Villarreal are not world beaters, but they're no pushovers. I think they're sitting like 7th, is it, in La Liga. Their current manager is Unai Emery. We did win the Europa League back in 2017 under the Jose Mourinho era. We beat Ajax in the final 2-0. We got to this season's Europa League final by obviously beating Real Sociedad, AC Milan, Granada and Roma. We do play Wolves today. It's our final Premier League game of the season. Solskjaer's going to heavily rotate. He's obviously going to rest quite a few key players for the final. Solskjaer has confirmed that Hannibal Mejbri will be making his debut today, and he's confirmed that Shortire will be involved. It's a meaningless game today against Wolves because whether we win, draw or lose, it doesn't change the complexion of things. We have secured second place and obviously we are into the Champions League for next season. But it would be good to beat Wolves because we are winless in our last 3 Premier League games. Obviously, we drew 1-1 with Fulham not so long ago. We lost 4-2 to Liverpool. And we lost 2-1 to Leicester. We've been very, very poor at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. All our defeats have come at Old Trafford this season. I think a lot of it has been to do with no fans being there, and it has affected the players. But yeah, we did have 10,000 fans against Fulham recently, and Solskjaer said it was good to have the fans back. We've been very, very good away from home in the Premier League. You know, we are unbeaten in our last 25 Premier League away games. Wolves have endured a very poor season. They're sitting like 12th in the Premier League. I'm shocked where they are, to be honest with you, because Wolves have been very good in recent seasons. They lost recently to Everton 1-0. Nuno Santo is Wolves' manager. He's actually leaving Wolves, but he has been Wolves' manager for a few years. He's managed a few clubs in his managerial career. Before he was at Wolves, he managed Porto, he's managed Valencia, and he also managed Rio Ave before. Wolves have got some good players. Obviously, they've got Raul Jimenez. He's one of their key players, and Man United have been in for him before. He's actually been out with injury recently. He should be involved in today's game. Wolves have also got Adama Traore. He's one of their key players, and Man United have been linked with him before. I think he'll be in contention to play today. Wolves have got Willian Jose. They brought him in back in January. Wolves have also got Ruben Neves. He's very, very good. Man United have been in for him before. Wolves have got Dendoncker. They've also got Moutinho, who's a very, very good midfielder. I reckon they could be involved today. Neto, he's actually out with injury. Wolves have got Johnny. He's out with injury. Podence, he's out with injury. Fabio Silva, I think he could be involved today. Wolves got him last year. Nelson Semedo, I think there's a good chance he'll be involved. Wolves got him from Barcelona last year. However, Wolves brought him in last year from Liverpool. Vitana, they brought him in last year. I think Conor Cody's also very, very good for Wolves, and I think he'll probably play a part today for them. Probably Patricio will be in goal. Wolves haven't been the same team since Diego Jota left them. Jota obviously joined Liverpool last year from Wolves. So that was a bad loss for Wolves. They also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. We did beat Wolves earlier on this season at Old Trafford, 1-0. It was a late goal from Marcus Rashford. It was a fortuitous goal, to be honest with you, because it did get a deflection. It was 1-1 at Molineux at the start of last season. Wolves knocked us out of the FA Cup quarter-final a couple of years ago. They beat us 2-1. That season, Wolves got to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 21 years. The last time we actually won at Molineux was back in 2012. We beaten them 5-0. Anyway, I want to give you an update on some transfer news. So, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is pushing for the signing of Harry Kane. He's open to selling Anthony Martial to free up space in the squad for Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane, not so long ago, put a transfer request in at Tottenham. Man United, Man City and Chelsea have already contacted his representatives. He says Tottenham wanted around £150 million. I don't see Tottenham getting £150 million for Kane. I think the most they will get is probably £120 million. It said not so long ago that Man United and Man City are set to offer £80 million in wages for Harry Kane. Ryan Mason, who's Tottenham's interim manager, he recently dismissed suggestions that Harry Kane asked to leave. Football Insider said not so long ago that Man United are prepared to offer Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial in a swap deal for Harry Kane. It's also recently said that Chelsea are willing to offer Tammy Abraham and Arrizabalaga in exchange for Kane. Daniel Levy doesn't want Tottenham to sell Harry Kane. Daniel Levy was recently furious with Harry Kane for going public with his desire to leave earlier on this week. Harry Kane did have an interview with Gary Neville regarding his future. Harry Kane did say not so long ago that Tottenham could be ready to sell, and Kane said he will decide on his own future, not Daniel Levy. Harry Kane has ruled out a move abroad. He wants to stay in the Premier League. I think he's actually keen on playing alongside Kevin De Bruyne at Man City. But he said quite a few weeks ago that Harry Kane was ready to ask Tottenham to listen to transfer offers this summer for him. He says the Glazers were planning to sanction a £90 million bid. Obviously, £90 million is going to be nowhere near enough to convince Tottenham to offload him. Harry Kane did say earlier on this season that he wants to win team trophies. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City, Tottenham have not won a trophy for 13 years. Harry Kane wants his future sorted out before the Euros on June the 11th. David Einstein spoke about Kane earlier on this season. He said that Harry Kane is unhappy. He wants to leave. He said he was committed to Tottenham whilst he's there, but he wants to win the biggest trophies and he's not experiencing this at Tottenham. Solskjaer's refused to rule out Man United signing a striker. Man United still want a striker despite Edison Cavani signing a one-year deal not so long ago. But the reasons I would take Harry Kane at Manchester United is because he's regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. He's a prolific goal scorer. And of course, he's well proven in the Premier League. And he'd fit in our team perfectly. So they are the reasons. We've got a chance of signing him. We know we've done business with Tottenham before. We got Dimitar Berbatov off them a lot of years ago. And we also got Michael Carrick off them a lot of years ago. Harry Kane has been a long-serving player at Tottenham. He's been with them for, 17 years now? He's been in their senior squad since 2009. He's risen up their youth academy. He's got a contract with Tottenham till 2024. And he has won the Golden Boot a couple of times, reflecting on his good performances. He's had loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. But I think we should sell Anthony Martial in the summer transfer window. Because Anthony Martial is no longer good enough to represent Manchester United. And he has been out of form for the vast majority of this season. The chances have been there for Martial, but he hasn't converted them. Like I said, he has been out with a knee injury for a while. I reckon Martial has had 2 good seasons at Man United. I thought he was good in his debut season under Louis van Gaal, and he was good last season. He has now been at the club over 5 years. We got him from Monaco back in 2015. I think we paid 36 million up front, but with add-ons included, it was like £58 million. I think it was last season that Solskjaer gave Martial that number 9 shirt. Solskjaer demands 3 new transfers in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. It does say that Harry Kane, Jadon Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo are the top targets. I think we have got a chance of signing Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. It actually says that a contract has been agreed. Fabrizio Romano recently come out and said that Borussia Dortmund are ready to sell Sancho for around 80 million this summer. And he said Man United are interested in Sancho, but he said there's been no official talks or bid yet. Jadon Sancho's representatives are more confident than ever that Sancho will join Man United this summer. And Cristiano Ronaldo, I presume a lot of United fans would take him back at the club, despite him being, 36 years of age, because Ronaldo is regarded as one of the best players in the world. The Athletic recently said that Solskjaer remains in touch with Ronaldo, and Man United have been in talks with Ronaldo over a sensational return. So yeah. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. It's not long now until the summer transfer window opens. The summer transfer window will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. And it's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in the summer transfer window, because I don't think Ole has been backed enough so far, because he obviously hasn't got all the players that he wanted to recommend in. And in that aspect, the blame stems from the board. The board's been one of the biggest issues at the club, though, for a long time. Hasn't it? Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants good backing. And I'm expecting him to get the backing he deserves because we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've also got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've got Matt Judge, and Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. I think there's going to be some outgoings in the summer transfer window. But there may not be as many outgoings as we first thought. There might be only 2, 3, or 4 players that leave Man United in the summer transfer window. Solskjaer did recently say that. But there is still deadwood at the club. Next season is huge for Solskjaer, and he's aware of that. Because next season, Ole has got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If things start to go wrong next season, then, the pressure will be back on him. Then there's a good chance he will be sacked. If we lose to Villarreal on Wednesday, I don't think Solskjaer will be sacked. I still think he'll get given another season. But yeah, if we do lose on Wednesday, I think there'll be a lot of United fans demanding Ole out. Obviously, a lot of United fans are Ole out anyway, and they've heavily criticised him. Obviously, they've got their reasons behind it, but I presume there's still a lot of United fans that are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. This has been his second full season at Man United. But you know what? I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect, I am shocked. I really am. Because I think he has made good progress in a lot of aspects, and he is our best manager since Ferguson. The things we've got to credit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for is that he's got us a second place finish this season. That's not an achievement, but we still finished higher than last season, so progress has been made from last season. Ole's got us to the Europa League final. We win the Europa League. Obviously, that's an achievement then, and then we win it. Gives us confidence, and it gives us something to build on going on into next season. Don't forget he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final this season. Also got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Got a very good away record in the Premier League. Ole last season did well, got us a third place finish and guided us to 3 semi-finals. He has made good signings as Manchester United manager so far. He's spent almost £300 million. Obviously, a lot of the players he's brought in is obviously Daniel James. He brought him in, he brought Wan-Bissaka in, he brought Harry Maguire in. Solskjaer also brought Bruno Fernandez in, and he brought Odion Ighalo in on loan. But obviously, Ighalo left in January, and Solskjaer also brought in Donny van der Beek, Edison Cavani, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo Traore, and Facundo Pellistri, but obviously we loaned Pellistri out in January. So they're a lot of the players that Solskjaer's brought in so far. And he's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in as well. And I like the way he has promoted the youth, so they are the positives regarding Solskjaer. I do have my concerns about him, obviously. Solskjaer has been Manchester United manager now over 2 years. I think he's been Man United manager now around 29 months in total. Solskjaer has just under a year left on his current 3-year contract. Earlier on this season, though, it said that Solskjaer agreed a new 3-year contract worth 30 million. It's likely to be 2 years with an option of an extra 1. No, I don't think Solskjaer is a long-term manager for Man United. But I want him to succeed as Man United manager because we adore him. He is a club legend. And that's the reason he's still Man United manager, is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved his job. Disregarding being a club legend, I can almost assure he wouldn't have been here now because we've endured very bad periods under Ole where he was very close to being sacked. We did appoint Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. But Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite knowing the club through thick and thin. But I do think, we have got some very, very good players. And, there's players that have improved, obviously, as well. Dean Henderson, he's obviously very, very good. Dean Henderson's obviously now our number one goalkeeper. We made the right decision putting him as number one because, he's a good goalkeeper and he's got that experience behind him. And he's got a long-term future at Man United. But De Gea is going to be in goal for the Europa League final. Solskjaer's confirmed that. Luke Shaw, he's obviously improved. He's been superb this season. He's been our best player. And he's still our first choice left back despite the arrival of Telles last summer. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. He's been at the club now over 6 years. I think Eric Bailly is also a good centre-half, but he's just too injury-prone, so in that aspect, he is a liability. We know, obviously, Eric Bailly's staying now because he signed a new contract not so long ago. Harry Maguire is good when he wants to be. Lindelof can also be good, but I think in a lot of his games at Man United he's been inconsistent. I've got my strong reservations about Lindelof. I think he'll stay with us potentially past the summer, but he doesn't have a long-term future at Man United. And Wan-Bissaka, he's also really, really improved. In recent games he's been showing more attacking intent. He's been getting into good positions. He's been putting good crosses into the box. Defensively, Wan-Bissaka's always been superb. Pogba, he's done really, really well in the last few months. We've been getting the best out of him. Pogba does bring creativity to the team. Pogba could leave Man United in the summer transfer window. Paul Pogba's brother, Matthias Pogba, actually wants Paul Pogba to join Barcelona. And not so long ago it said that Man United could sell Pogba for just 55 million in the summer transfer window. Donny van de Beek, he's also a good player, but we don't obviously play him enough. But I think he'll stay potentially past the summer because it says we will reject any offers for Van de Beek. So that means we are reluctant to let him go in the summer transfer window. Solskjaer's got big plans for him. I think he's only started 3 games in the Premier League this season. Bruno Fernandez, he's obviously a very, very good player as well. He's made a difference in this team. He's our best player and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. As you all know, Bruno Fernandez is close to agreeing a new £200,000 a week contract. So his wages are going to be doubled because on his current contract at the moment he's on £100,000 a week. Bruno Fernandez admitted that he's happy with the progress of Solskjaer's team. This is why he's agreeing the new contract. Fernandez has 4 years left on his current contract. He's under contract with the club until 2025. There's also an option of a further year. Not so long ago, he won Player of the Year, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. But earlier on this season, he said Fernandez had only signed a new contract if Pogba commits his future to the club. And at one point he was refusing to sign a new contract because he wanted assurances over the club's transfer plans. That was a while ago though. But Fernandez has been with us now over a year. Mason Greenwood, he's obviously very, very good as well. Marcus Rashford's, good. And obviously Edison Cavani's good, and I'm glad Cavani is staying for next season. You obviously know the news regarding the Glazers Joe Glazer is going to be attending the fans forum on the 4th of June. We need to get the Glazers out of the football club. It would be the right decision because, you know, the Glazers have put us in so much debt. And in general, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time now. The Glazers bought Man United for 500 million back in 2005, so they have been with us now for 16 years. And obviously we know we've got rid of Woodward. Woodward's going to be standing down at the end of this year because it got announced earlier on this season that he resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. I presume all United fans were happy with the news regarding Woodward because we've been very critical of him for a long time. Woodward has had a 16-year association with Man United. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.